I've been having a problem with the USB port on my Akai MPC X. And I noticed that the connector felt like when I plugged USB into this guy, uh, it felt loose. Uh, so I bought a placement USB connector. One thing I noticed right away is the new one has this kind of blue piece over the connectors in the middle, and the old piece does not. And I don't know if that's bad or good or it means anything, but uh, they're different. So I thought the entire connector, the jacket of this thing was loose, but it's on there pretty tight. Um, but taking this thing apart has been kind of scary. I've been following a video from MPC stuff, and the video is mostly to show people how to switch out the drum pads, which are there in the middle. And at least it described how to get the back plate off, which was helpful. It's really tight, like there's a lot of cables, and one of the tips was to remove the front audio board, and that will get you some slack on these cables, and then you can kind of prop this thing up. And basically what I've done is uh, lifted the back plate up, and I'm resting the back on top of the little screw ports, little plastic pieces that stick out. And then to give some slack to the cable, there are these basically these little screw down cable ties. It's just like bendy metal. You loosen that up, and then you'll get be able to get some slack, so you can raise this thing up. Otherwise, if you just raise it up, just really quickly without any thought, you could possibly rip stuff. There are a lot of connectors, and you want to be careful about pulling the connectors out. A lot of them have the little pressure pieces on them, and there's just not a lot of room. So what I generally try to do is trying to find an example here. I'm not going to go all the way through, but I try to get a screwdriver into the edge between the connector and the jacket that it goes in, and just kind of turn to help pry it loose. This way I'm not touching it directly. But quite a few of these were kind of in precarious places. Like, for instance, let me put some light on this, like this cable here. There is a lot of stuff around it that I did not want to mess with, and I ended up disconnecting it from the other end. I did that with quite a few of these. One thing I did come across that I would like to show you guys. There's a few ribbon cables here and there. So here is a board. This is clearly the LCD board, and you'll notice there's this gray area and then this black area. The black area is a door that you lift up. So make sure you're aware of that. There's another, sorry, figure out where the hell I am. There's another ribbon cable. It connects to the main PCB board. And you see this black uh, area. So there's tan and there's black right where the blue part of the cable goes in. This slides forward. So it doesn't lift up, it slides forward. It slides toward the ribbon cable. So just be mindful of that. Not knowing how to deal with these ribbon cables, you will destroy this stuff pretty quick. So, disclaimer, I'm going to say don't do this yourself. This is me just documenting what I did. You do what I do, you're taking your own risk doing it. I do believe MPCstuff.com also offers professional repair. So you pay them some money and they'll just do all this stuff for you. But I've done stuff like this in the past, so I'm trying to, try and do it on my own. But I just thought I would show that to you guys. So next thing, I am going to take this board. I'm going to show you that that USB port. If I can get it into focus. And the pins are exposed, and I don't know if that's bad or good or if that even means anything, but something about this port does not work. So I'm going to heat these nodes up. I'm going to pull this guy out. I'm going to replace it with this guy. Luckily, there are no circuit leads that you have to kind of deal with. It's mainly just heating up this solder right here, removing the old one and replacing it with a new one, and just hope this works. So yeah, that's it. Wish me luck, and hopefully that info might help you if you're, planning to try to do something like this yourself. Okay, so I have given up on trying to replace the USB module itself. Trying to remove the solder off of the original board was just too much work. So I have a new board. I'm just kind of going to avoid all of the problems of trying to remove that one piece and just replace the board. So this is where it fits. Got all the cables disconnected. I left some on the board because of how kind of precarious they were, and you can't really find guides on these particular ribbons. Some of them, they're the door type where they kind of lift up and close down. There was one on here that was like a slider, like you push it forward, and that's how you get the ribbon out. Let's see, remember which ones were like that. Now this guy was the type that opened, and then this little guy here is the type that opens. And there is another ribbon. Yeah, That's going to connect here. This is the type that slides forward. So I'm going to first take this board, put it back in position, screw it into place, and then slowly reattach all the cables. Then there is a Wi-Fi antenna that needs to be attached also. Then I will kind of work towards slowly bringing this back down, uh, looping the cables that need to be looped into the little cable holders, putting this back in place and screwing it back down, and then turn this thing on and see if it works.